case 2, which is probably something you've never looked at until you looked at this course. If you're multiplying a positive times a negative, right, or a negative times a positive, right, if you're doing either one of these, then the result is always going to be negative. And that's really a good chunk of what you need to really learn in this entire section. Positive times negative or negative times positive. You're always going to get a negative. So another way to think about that is if you're multiplying two numbers together and the signs are different, you always slap a negative on the answer. If the signs are different, you always have a negative on the answer. You don't have to worry about the size of this number. You don't have to worry about the size of this number. You don't have to think about which one's bigger or smaller. So it's easier than addition and subtraction. You really just look at the signs. If they're different, you put a negative out there. So as an example, let's say you had 1 times negative 2. Well, 1 times 2 is 2, but since they're different signs, you just put negative 2. Negative 3 times 8. Well, 8 times 3 is 24, but since the signs are different, then you put negative 24, right? Here we have 6 times negative 4. 6 times 4 is also 24, but since the signs are different, we always put negative 24. So you see, I didn't really do any thinking. I didn't have to think about the number line and where these numbers were on the number line. I didn't have to do any of that stuff. I just looked at the signs and said, well, okay, they're different. So for multiplication, we just put a negative on there when they're different. And that's it for case 2. If the signs are different, you put a negative on there. So it's really not that bad.